Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Stowe with you, headed into our major snow event for us here in eastern Carolina, as we are going to be seeing a little bit more of a warm wedge get in here, so I'm not as high on an all-snow event here, as we're already starting to see some sleet and freezing rain mix in along the coast. Winter storm warning kicks in at 10 o'clock this morning, goes until 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You'll notice north and west of Raleigh, that's where they've got the winter storm watch that's in effect, for lesser amounts there. Here's what I'm thinking. Duplin County, Greene County, western Lenore County, Pitt, Martin, Bertie, even portions of Beaufort County going to be looking at that 8 to 10 inch range for snowfall is concerned. Still think we're going to be seeing at least 2 to 4, maybe closer to 6 as you get closer just inland from the coast. 6 to 8, though, from New Bern on up in towards Kinston, back down just northwest of Jacksonville in towards Richlands, generally is what I'm thinking right now. Definitely heaviest moving inland as a result of this wintry mix getting in here. So from basically Jacksonville, Richlands, Havelock, extending over in towards Pamlico County, and even into Hyde County, that south and east of that line is the best chance of seeing some of that wintry mix as we go on through the morning and afternoon hours today. So what does it make to determine which kind of precipitation falls? Well, let's kind of look at our cross-section here. Temperatures have to be between 1 degree Fahrenheit and 10 degrees Fahrenheit to produce the snowflakes at the cloud layer, and then temperatures must be below freezing from the base of the cloud all the way down to the ground. Here's where things get a little tricky. If you put a little bit of warm air in here, say at 5,000 feet or above, that is above freezing. Now anything falling into that layer will melt, and then it becomes the sleet pellets that we start to see working their way down to the ground from period to time to time. If the warm layer isn't quite as big, it's just a narrow, thin layer there, just right around the cloud base, just barely above that freezing mark, and the temperatures at the ground are freezing, that's where we get the freezing rain, and that's what we're already seeing this morning along the Crystal Coast. Also, black ice is something we'll need to alert you to as we go on through the next several days, especially with that sleet or that freezing rain already showing up out there along the Crystal Coast. It's the bridges and overpasses that are the greatest threat as cold air can get underneath the road surface there. And it kind of looks like it has the same color as the road. That's the reason why we call it black ice. It's a very thin coating of ice that shows up on this ground there. So here's what we're expecting through the day today. Wintry mix along the coast, snow further inland, temperatures continuing to drop. We had our official daytime highs for today at like midnight. Mid to upper 20s is where we're going to. Again, generally 4 to 8 inches of snow is what I'm looking for inland. That's when the heaviest snow will be coming down overnight tonight. Teens across the inland spots to maybe just barely below that freezing mark along the coast, with those northerly winds continuing to bring that cold air in here. And then as we head on in through the day tomorrow, we'll see snow tapering off from west to east in the morning, and then eventually clearing things out by the afternoon. Once again, though, just barely up to that freezing mark along the beaches and remaining below freezing as we head further inland. So let's break it down here for you as far as those temperatures were concerned. Yeah, look at New Bern. I was near 70 degrees yesterday, and by 9 o'clock this morning, we were well below normal and well below freezing, for that matter, for us here in eastern Carolina. All because of the new Arctic charge that's coming our way. This is going to be with us as we go on through the next couple days here, but eventually we will warm things up with the jet stream kind of reconfiguring itself as we do head on into the middle to the end of the week. But until then, it's the cold Arctic air that's continuing to slam in here thanks to the way the jet stream is configured. Again, you'll notice the trough kind of rotates on through here, doesn't really take on a negative tilt. This isn't a nor'easter per se. It's a wave of low pressure that's developing off of our coast in kind of a flat wave, and because of the southwesterly winds at the jet stream level, it's going to continue to move off the coast. Now, we do finally see that trough move through as we go through tomorrow afternoon and evening hours here. Notice by Thursday, we've got more of a west-southwesterly wind that is going to be kicking in here. Next surge of Arctic air does go across the northern Ohio Valley into Pennsylvania and New York, but again, with us, it's west-southwesterly wind, and as a result, we will start to warm temperatures up a little bit here as we do head on into the weekend. Arctic boundary has now made its way off the coast with the wave of low pressure developing along it. Again, it's kind of moving off to the north and the east here, and this is going to be the trend as we go on through the day today. Here's how Future Track plays it out for us as far as the timing in your backyard. Again, we are already starting to see some of that light wintry mix across Onslow County, Carteret County, and then we will watch that kind of creep back into southern Craven County and Pamlico County as we go on through late morning, early afternoon hours here. North and west of that line, that's why I think we're going to see the heavier snow from basically Kenansville to Kinston, Greenville, Williamson, Washington, Windsor. That's where some of that heavier snowfall total is going to be. And we'll come down heavy at times, especially later on this evening. Further south of that line, though, that's where we do have that wintry mix that is going to be a problem. But eventually, late tonight into early tomorrow morning, we all go over to snow before we end. And as a result, we are going to be looking at fairly decent accumulations for us here in eastern Carolina and quickly coming to an end by the time we hit later tomorrow morning. So here's how Future Track shows the potential for accumulation. Again, light accumulating snows for Richlands, Havelock, a little bit of that ice thrown in there through 5, 6, 7 o'clock this evening. And then we do notice that once we do switch over to all snow, it really does start to pile up. Kenansville about 6, 7, 8 inches, maybe closer to 10 inches there. And Kinston extending on up in towards Greenville and Eatonton. And then again, I think this is out of here by tomorrow afternoon. Hey, you're on the website. Keep up to date with us here. Weather, WCTI-12.com. Send us your weather pics, your snow reports, as well as you can hit us on our Storm Track 12 Facebook and Twitter accounts. We'll continue to keep you updated there with the graphics as we go on through this storm. One last time, we are going to be looking at the timetable showing that some light accumulation is going to develop across the central and northern counties as we go through about 3 p.m. Then after that, we'll see that change, which will be in the southern counties as that sleet, freezing rain mixing in with the snow around dark. And then overnight tonight, we'll switch to all snow eventually, and that's where some of our heaviest accumulations will be. Temperatures in the 20s today and tomorrow, eventually warming into the 40s by Friday, so enjoy the snow while you got it because we're headed into the 50s, if not even 60s, for Sunday and Monday with some light rain showers possible in here. Have yourself a good Tuesday and stay safe, and we'll keep you updated here on Storm Track 12. I'm meteorologist Les Still.